everyone, I am your host for today, Lauren Valenzuela, and this is Chit Chat Talk Show. So as we start, let's first define communication and globalization. Global communication entails sending and receiving information from all over the world. Globalization, seen from a different angle, is simply the coming together of various societies in regard to issues of culture, politics, ethics, ideas, and other societal norms. So today we are going to interview different business owners from different countries. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you our guest for today's Chit Chat Talk Show. Miss Renalyn Ardendoa from Philippines, Miss Adeline Badayas from New York, Miss Yuri Benting from America, and lastly Miss Ronnie Jane Baring from China. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you're doing good. Since you are business owners, let's make aware of the audience of this show how our globalization works. Aren't you excited? I prepared here some questions for you to answer. Since you are from different country, I would like to hear how you address my questions. Let's start from you, Miss Badayas. Are you ready? How are you feeling?
Yes, I'm always ready. How about you?
I'm doing great. So here's the question. What is globalization?
So, globalization is the process of rapid economic, cultural, and institutional integration among countries. This unification is driven by the liberalization of trade, investment and capital flow, technological advances, and pressures for assimilation towards international standards. So it means globalization makes the world more accessible to everyone. So globalization is the positive and negative impact. The positive impacts are higher living standards and development of infrastructure. On the other hand, its negative impact is the cutthroat competitions and rise in monopoly. So in terms of economic impact, globalization improves standards of living, increased competitions among nations like the investment in market and talent, widening income gap between the rich and poor. In social impact, it increased awareness of foreign culture and loss of local culture. And in environmental impact, it involves the environmental degradation like deforestation and related problems, global warming, and environmental management.
Wow, that's a great answer. Congratulations with that, Miss Badayas. And now let's go with Miss Renalyn. Are you okay, Miss Renalyn? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing great.
So this is my question for you, Miss Renalyn. What do you think the advantage and disadvantages of globalization?
Oh, I think the advantages of globalization are first, cheaper goods for consumers and better product quality. Second, increase in skilled workers. Third, lower cost of production. Fourth, improvement in education. Fifth, cultural diversity. It increased movement of labor leads and increase in the spread of different cultural ideas. Sixth, poverty reduction. Another, transportation. Globalization has led to tremendous increase in transport services across the globe. Seven, peaceful relations of countries. Eight, numerous employment opportunities. Another, cheaper prices, external borrowing, and communication, of course. Every single information is easily accessible from almost every corner of the world. While the disadvantages are increased commodity price, exploitation of cheap labor, cause of diseases because food items are also transported to various countries, especially in perishable items. Another, increased relative poverty and inequality, increased vulnerability and instability, disparity, and even wealth distribution. It is said that the rich are getting richer while the poor are getting poorer. Environment degradation like mining and drilling. Another, cutthroat competition. The local players thereby suffer huge losses as they lack the potential to advertise or export their products on a large scale. I think there are a lot, but yeah, that would be all for now.
So that is what the disadvantage and advantages of globalization. Wow, that's excellent. Thank you for that, Miss Renalyn. And now let's go to Miss Ronnie Baring. Hi Miss Baring, you can introduce yourself.
Ni hao, CSJ. I am Ronnie Barry and I am from China.
That's good to hear. So here's my question for you. Do you know the types of globalization? What are those types?
So there are three types of globalization. The first one is economic. So countries that trade with many others and have few trade barriers are economically globalized. The second one is social. It is a measure of how easily information and ideas pass between people in their own country and between different countries. Third one is political. The amount of political cooperation there is between countries. So, there are causes of globalization. The first one is trade liberalization. When we say trade liberalization, it refers to a reduction of trade barriers. Second one is improvement in technology. Improvement technology makes it easier to communicate and share information in the world. A third one is reduced cost improvement of communication and transportation. Improvements in transportation have also allowed firms to split up the production process to cash in on varying cost conditions in different parts of the world. The fourth one is deregulation of financial markets. Financial markets have increased globalization due to their being set up in various countries. The last one causes of globalization is increased significance of TNCs. So TNCs partake in foreign direct investments, which increases the integration of markets. That's all. I hope to answer the questions and see you here.
Wow, that's amazing, Miss Baring. Thank you for your answer. And now let's go for Mr. Bahinting question. Are you okay, Mr. Bahinting? How are you feeling?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking. Right now, I just feel so good being here today.
Good to hear that from you. Here's my question for you, Mr. Bahinting. What are the effects of globalization and the strategies becoming effective global communication?
Globalization means the speed up of movements and exchanges of human beings, goods and services, capital, technologies, or cultural practices all over the planet. One of the effects of globalization is that it promotes and increases interactions between different regions and populations around the globe. One best examples of that is the music industry, which the sound of a foreign artist may be distributed in many countries, and that already communicates. I can say that globalization plays a good role in our society in a way that each and every one of us are aiming for a new idea of learning, new idea of living, and or new idea of processing. You know, there's a massive impact of globalization that we're experiencing right now, and we don't even notice it. The strategies to become effective global communicators are this. First, review communication principles. That is very important. Second, analyze the message of the receiver. Third, be open in accepting other cultures. Fourth, learn about culture and apply what is learned. Last, consider language needs. That was all. That was all the knowledge that I have.
Wow, what an amazing answers coming from the biggest business owners from different countries. A round of applause, please. Thank you so much, Miss Bedayas, Miss Aradendoa, Miss Baring, and Mr. Bahinting for accepting the invitation and coming to the show. Those words from you will help a lot of people. That's all. See you again tomorrow, guys. Bye.